year 2100, across the silent darkness of the cosmos, a new generation of explorers rises. Not heroes from history, not legends carved into books, just humans, ordinary humans, who dared to build machines that could touch the edge of time itself. Do you know what's common among all the extraordinary space voyages of 2100? You might think, yes, they became pioneers of the galactic age. They broke the limits of human imagination. They traveled farther in a single lifetime than humanity had in 10,000 years. But that's not the real answer. There's something else, something powerful, something hidden. All of them escaped a trap that humanity had willingly created for itself for centuries, a trap of limited dreams, limited knowledge, limited vision. For generations, people believed space was unreachable, a playground only for governments, a territory too dangerous, too mysterious, too expensive. But by 2100, everything changed. Not because humanity suddenly became smarter, but because everything humanity once feared, it finally learned to understand. Because the truth was never that space was impossible. The truth was that people never dared to imagine big enough. And you, sitting right here, you might be following a routine every day, waking up, scrolling through a screen, going to work or school, doing assignments, memorizing information, hoping that one day life will magically transform. You dream of a house, a car, a stable life, maybe even security for your children. But while you repeat these cycles, humans of 2100 break cycles. They are building spacecraft that rewrite the definition of existence itself. Yet what is the reality? When someone from the year 2100 is asked, "How long have you been preparing for spaceflight?" the answer is shocking. They didn't spend decades memorizing theories. They didn't spend years trapped in outdated systems. They spent their lives exploring, building skills, failing, breaking rules, questioning everything. And today, you still hear stories of people who study for 12, 15, even 20 years, collect degrees, gain certificates, write exams, follow every rule, only to reach a point where they realize they were preparing for a world that no longer exists. Meanwhile, the world of 2100 is preparing for the universe. People cry quietly in their rooms today because they couldn't get the job they dreamed of. They lock their ambitions inside four walls. They pray to get one opportunity, just one chance to prove themselves. But the universe never works that way. The universe doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards those who dare. In the late 20th and early 21st century, humanity was trapped in systems built long ago. Systems designed to produce obedient workers, not bold explorers. Systems that taught, follow instructions, don't ask questions, don't take risks, don't think beyond what the book tells you. But imagine if the people of 2100 followed the same rules. There would be no star-hopping engines, no light-bending shields, no gravity-neutral habitats, no spacecraft capable of reaching the moons of distant planets in days. Nothing. The spacecraft of the future weren't created by rule followers. They were created by free thinkers. In the year 2100, these crafts aren't just machines. They are living ecosystems, self-repairing hulls, quantum-threaded engines, energy shields that adapt to cosmic radiation, AI co-pilots that learn from the pilot's emotions, and habitats that mimic the comfort of Earth, even when drifting 1 billion kilometers away. But here is the most shocking truth. These spacecraft aren't built to escape Earth. They are built to expand humanity itself. In earlier centuries, people were taught to fear the unknown, but explorers of 2100 learned one simple rule. If you never face the unknown, your life will always remain known, predictable, limited, ordinary. Meanwhile, you may keep following a path that thousands of others are blindly following, a path where dreams shrink and responsibilities grow, where EMIs replace ambitions, where job security takes priority over curiosity, where life becomes less about living and more about surviving. But the humans of 2100 asked a different question. What if survival is not the goal? What if expansion is? Thousands of spacecraft now leave Earth every year. Not massive rockets, but silent, elegant, efficient vehicles, launched using gravitational resonance platforms. A child of the future doesn't dream of an office job. They dream of walking under the glowing rings of a distant planet. They dream of floating in orbit above a crimson moon. They dream of touching the boundary of a nebula. They dream of discovering a world no human eye has ever seen. Back in the old world, people were taught that space is only for the chosen few. But in 2100, space belongs to everyone. Still, the question remains, what about you? Will you spend your life repeating what billions before you did? Or will you become part of the generation that reaches beyond the boundaries of Earth? Because now, more than at any point in history, you do not need institutions to define your future. You need your curiosity. You need your courage. You need your desire to expand far beyond Earth. Today, knowledge is free. Information is everywhere. Skills are accessible. Technology evolves faster than fear. You can build your own path, your own journey, your own spacecraft. Not one made of metal, but one made of decisions. If you are a parent watching this, send your children to learn, but not to limit their minds. Let them explore. Let them ask questions. Let them dream in dimensions beyond Earth, because the future is not shaped by mark sheets. It is shaped by imagination. For decades, people took drops for exams. 1 year for engineering, 1 year for medicine, 2 years for government positions. But have you ever taken a year to understand your passion, to explore your curiosity, to discover who you are, to understand what universe you want to shape? Do you want an average life on Earth, or an extraordinary life across galaxies? The decision is yours. Thank you so much for watching this documentary until the end. I have spent countless days shaping this vision of the future, so it could reach you, inspire you, awaken something inside you. If this documentary touched you, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share it with as many people as possible, because a new era of humanity has already begun, and together we will inspire millions to look beyond the sky. Thank you for watching, and thank you for giving this documentary so much love.